Hi, I'm Stephen Ham from Archery Supplies. Today I want to talk about the KSL vane, sticking them on your shaft, and the wing thing fletching jig. So I've done a review on the wing thing clamp before, and the little wing thing, the little KSL vane didn't sit in the wing thing clamp. So I spoke to the owner of the company, Jeremy, and I'm like, it doesn't stick inside, so it's flopping around. Now my problem with that was, and I've done videos on this before, is when I compared my accuracy with spin wings compared to plastic vanes, I got more accuracy with my plastic vanes. Now my theory for that was I was having trouble sticking them to the shaft at the same angle every time because either my eyesight or my hand coordination was not good enough. Right? Then someone showed me this. It's a fletching jig for spin wings. And I was like, this is awesome. And suddenly my groups were just as good and if not better with spin wings than plastic vanes. And I'll just talk a little bit about that. And I was like, well, this is fantastic. And then these vanes are the KSL vane. And we're going to discuss that. So I stuck these on by hand because I tried to use the fletching jig, the original one of these, which was made for the KSL vanes, but the KSL vane changed in design. I'm going to zoom up, right? So it's not as spinny as a normal spin wing, but it's curved, so it curves onto the shaft, so it sticks better. So with a normal spin wing, you've got the little edge here that comes up. With the KSL vane, it wraps onto the shaft, right? So it's like, okay, well, let's check the difference. Let's see what the difference is. With spin wings, I get a lot of this stuff here happening where the vanes they get shot off, basically. So when my arrow comes in and hits another spin wing, it gets shot off, and this is the whole problem with spin wings. With this, it's much better because I can just replace the spin wings that have fallen off and not the whole lot, right? So this is awesome. It's a wing thing. Fletching jig, they're very affordable. They work like a normal fletching jig. They go on here. Jeremy has clamps for normal spin wings or KSL vanes or longer shark vanes, right? So he's got various ones of these. This is his latest design. So I said to him, I'm having trouble, right? So I sent him over a whole bunch of these, of all the new design of the KSL vanes and the new shark vanes. And he sent me back a video showing me his new clamp he's done. And his video is much better than mine, and I feel like I should put it up. It's just my lack of knowledge on video editing limits my ability to do that. Right, so, but his video is much better, and hopefully it's on his website showing how he fits it on. But I just wanted to discuss it. So when I first fitted KSL vanes to my shafts, I didn't get the same level of accuracy. I felt like I didn't get the same level of accuracy I did with these. Now the way I do that is I score scores. So I shoot scores with these vanes, with whatever arrows, and then I set up a new system, like a new vane, and I shoot scores, right? That is not saying the KSL vane is superior or not as good as the normal spin wing vane, right? It's saying that my scores were not as good, okay, in the trials I did. So it could be maybe the weather was bad, maybe I didn't feel as good, whatever, right? So that's what I was at. So I put that down to that when I put it on the shaft, I didn't get the angles right? So that's what I put it down to. So this is his new KSL jig. So the original KSL vanes have got more curves, so you need his original clamp for the original KSLs. This is the new vane, the new clamp. I'm going to show you how it fits in. So we just, the vane, the clamp, it slides up. Hopefully I can show this. Like I said, I think Jeremy's is much better than mine. Goes in like so. Like it doesn't move around anymore. His old one, because the vane was a different shape, it used to stick apparently. But I don't have the old KSL vane, so I don't know that. So, but he did, and he showed me in his video. But these vanes didn't work in his old KSL vane, so he's made a new clamp. He's also made a new shark clamp, right? I haven't tried that yet. So I'm going to show you how this works. So I've got the vane in there. I now have to put two-sided tape on. Now the problem I have, so I've cut the tape shorter. So the tape comes in that length. With scissors, I've made it that length, right? So I've cut that much off. And there's the little bit there, the extra bit that I've cut off, right? So cut it off with scissors. Look, if this is not how people do it, that's okay. This is how I do it. I then take one of those off. That's like just a normal spin wing thing. It's all fine, right? And if I haven't already said it, the wing thing made the biggest improvement in my archery. And I'm going to say more so than shooting, no, because with plastic vanes, it was the same. I shot better with plastic vanes than I did with spin wings. But now, using this, I get more accuracy because every vane is done the same. Well, close to the same. Hopefully, if I put it in here correctly. Anyway, my score's improved, right? So I've shot my best scores with spin wings since shooting this. I've shot an Australian record. I've shot my personal best indoor scores of 291 with a recurve with this, using these with spin wings. So it's like outdoors shot the best. I've shot the best scores. So, and that's not me promoting Jeremy's product, although it is promoting Jeremy's product. Look, other people just line the shaft, stick it in, stick the vanes on. Maybe they've got better eyesight than I do, right? I find it hard enough to stick this tape on this vane, right? And it could be my eyesight's just not good. So I try and stick it down, and maybe I need glasses, and I don't know where my glasses are. But I find, like, so there I've stuck the tape on. Look, I find that quite challenging, and I don't know where my glasses are, so I have this thing. My vision is good, like here. I can see completely clearly at half an arm's length. It's perfectly clear, like it's perfectly clear about here for me, but then I'm having trouble getting the accuracy at that distance. When I wear glasses up close, I can't see there, and it's blurry further away, so I'm like, it's just a painful thing. My vision used to be really good. So that's that. Now I peel the backing tape off. I'm going to say Jeremy made it look a lot easier in his video than I did.
Like so. Put it onto the clamp, slide it towards the shaft, press firmly while supporting the shaft, and slowly pull it back. And there we have one vane.
And I would say the normal, I'm having trouble getting the two-side tape off. I would say the normal spin wing vane, and I don't care which spin wing vane you use, except for the one which is really, really twisty, to me is a bit easier. Right, so I've got the tape off now, so the backing tape's off. I think the normal backing tape's a bit easier in the normal spin wings. And when I say spin wings, I'm referring to all the types of spin wings, right? So just not the original spin wing vane. Right. So there it is in the clamp. I put the arrow in the wing thing, which is there. Put the little thing on the front. You don't really need the little elastic thing. The elastic thing is clever because it keeps the arrow pushed in, so it doesn't slide out, because you want all your vanes at the same distance from the back. You put the clamp on like so. So this clamp's on, it slides forward and presses into the arrow like so. It pushes back, comes off like that, and that's a vane done. Look, the hard bit for me is sticking the two-sided tape on the arrow. It would be easier with glasses, and if I had my glasses here, it would be easier. So that's what it looks like there. Look, so why am I interested in KSL vane, the Jet 6 vane, the KSL vane versus normal spin wings? Because I like trying stuff so I can tell people what it's like, or how I found it. Is it more accurate, less accurate? Is it more durable, less durable? What's the advantage of one versus the other, right? So that's why I do this, and I'll do a video eventually which will say which one I shot better with. So at the moment, these are the vanes I'm using. These are the Pandarus vane. I'm going to say they are very much like a Brady Ellison vane. They are very, very stiff, a very stiff vane. They come in great colors. They're cheap. Some people say, well, spin wing vanes are more forgiving because they're softer. I don't know. I've shot spin wing vanes. I've shot these vanes. I've shot every spin wing vane shot. And I'm going to say I don't mind the tape on these, on the Pandarus. I think the Pandarus are a little bit cheaper than like your spin wings and some of the other varieties. The cut may be even cheaper than the Pandarus spin wing. Look, I'm probably shooting this because of the color. Okay, it's no more advanced than that. I get a lot of customers who come in and give me technical stuff. And when I say give me technical stuff, like, well, this is this, and I'm like, the problem is, as an archer, we are so inaccurate that we move our shoulder up, we move this arm up, we do this, we change our pressure. We change so much that if we were a robot, that arrow would shoot the same every time. Okay, and it doesn't shoot the same every time because we do something different every time. So when people come in and like are pedantic about things, I'm always like, well, it gets back to the archer, it gets back to practice. And I can't stress it enough. I always say hard work. I'm out there shooting every night. Every night I'm out there shooting. I will shoot, most of Saturday, most of Sunday. I annoy my partner because I shoot so much, right? That's what I've got to do to try and become stronger. It's what I've got to do to have more form, to improve my shooting. The more I shoot, the better I shoot. And I sort of stress that all the time. Like this vane here will shoot fine. And people will be like, in shock horror, it shoots fine. It shoots absolutely fine. Do I shoot this in competition? Well, sometimes I do, but most times I don't. Most times I refletch my arrows before the competition, but I'll keep shooting this one probably until the next competition where I refletch all my arrows the night before, which I probably shouldn't do. I should probably do it. I should do it before that. But this is, I'm out here practicing like 30 arrows an end, and my vanes get shot up, and I'm like, well, I could sit here and refletch arrows, or I could sit outside and shoot. What's going to be more effective in me improving my scores? Out there working, or doing weights, or doing cardio. Anyway, that's the KSL vane. That's the new wing thin clamp for the KSL Jet 6 vane. Look, this has got settings backwards and forwards. You can change the angle up and down here. It's a very clever thing, and I go on about Jeremy's creation because I really think this is one of the smartest things which has been made in archery. And I'm not taking away from other people who make Excel sites and stuff. This is really clever, and no one else has come up with it. It's like if you're overseas, I sell a bunch of these overseas. I do. It's like if you're an overseas shop, you should get in contact with Jeremy and see the shipping costs of these things to your country. I don't know if he ships overseas. Well, I assume he does ship overseas. I ship overseas. It's like if you had these in America and no one else had them, you would sell them across America. So if you brought in 100 of these wing things into America, you would sell 100 of them to archers in America in a heartbeat, literally a heartbeat. Put them up on whatever, on a website. People would search for the wing thing. They would find your store and you would sell 100 of them in a month. Absolutely guaranteed. How many of these do I sell? I buy them, oh God, and I'm going to get them wrong, so Jeremy could correct me, probably 50 at a time. I think 50 at a time. I buy these jigs off Jeremy, and I think that's right. I think that's about right. I think I buy 50 at a time. And I go through them. I really do. I go through them. And my thing for stock on the shelf, I want to turn my stock over like several times a year. I have no issues turning over these several times a year. So I'm ordering these from Jeremy several times a year at 50 at a time. So that's the wing thing. The Jet 6 vanes, look, these are affordable now in Australia. They used to be really expensive. They're affordable now because we've brought a whole bunch of them. The thing with these vanes, they're meant to be lighter. The Jet 6. They're meant to be more durable, so we're going to test that. They are meant to be more aerodynamic because there's no part of the spin wing kicking up. I don't know how that will be, but I do know when the bit of the spin wing that kicks up, sometimes my arrows get stuck to it, and when I pull out one arrow, I pull out two, and the other arrow drops on the ground. But it'll be interesting to tie it. They come in a whole bunch of different colors. They come in different lengths. I've gone for 2-inch because I figure, well, more stability. I need more stability because I'm an average archer. It's my thing. Those ones are 2-inch. That's 2-inch there. So we'll just compare the size. The KSL looks much smaller than the Panderas. I don't know. We're going to shoot scores and see how it compares. I'm Stephen Hand from Archery Supplies. The wing thing, Jet 6, get into it. If you're a shot, contact Jeremy and see sort of like we sell overseas. I don't know if I get better pricing because I buy 50, so I don't know if Jeremy's got different price points or breaks. Most manufacturers do have different price pointing for dealer versus distributor. So if you're buying like 50, well, it's cheaper than buying 10 or 2 or 3. Right, so that's just the way it is. Wing thing, Jet 6, made a big difference. I'm Stephen Hand from Archery Supplies. Thanks for watching.